Hello friends, and welcome to Fishcraft. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so very much. And, oh my goodness, today's going to be a big ol' episode. It's going to be a big ol' episode. Maybe not a long one, but a very eventful one, at least for me. For the last, three to 4 days, I've been in a server called The Pond, participating inside of a week-long event where they just would a bunch of people would get together and they do a bunch of building and stuff. I started building a boat on there, and I took quite a liking to it, and now I want to build it in my actual survival world. So that's what we got going on. You know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is probably the biggest thing I have ever made. Maybe not in terms of scale, but in terms of the amount of effort and time invested into a single build, definitely the very tippity top. And it also is gonna hold a very special place in my heart, right next to this gravy boat here. And I'm very excited to get started on building this big old boat for you all. So what is this big old boat? You may be asking. If you're not, then I'm so sorry. Is it gonna rain? It's so overcasty. Look at all this these dark old clouds. Big old dark old clouds aside. What is this boat? What is this big old boat? It's gonna be a one and done kind of thing where it's gonna have pretty much everything you would need to have on hand. All in one little place. So if you're out in the ocean doing your ocean living and you're being all salty and stuff, you're not gonna have to leave anywhere. You've got everything you ever need, all kind of just stuffed into one little place. Not very well, but it's there. It's there. It's gonna have an aquarium. It's gonna have a bunch of places where you can cook up a whole bunch of fish, all kinds of kelp and stuff. It's even got a little bath at the top, except the water, it's ocean water, so it's not the cleanest water in the world, but that's okay, because we love the ocean, and we love the salty stuff and something. I don't have any excuses for this. Moving right along, we've got a lot of resources we need to gather, and I didn't realize it while I was building, but I somehow was able to use nearly 400 spruce trapdoors in this building. Which is okay, because I do live next to some gorgeous spruce biomes. I just need to make sure to do some replanting. I don't want any letters from the HOA, or that doesn't make any sense. I reckon I should grab maybe one sugar box of some spruce, and we should be good to go. If that's not enough, then I'm using something else. So let's just really quickly gather up all the spruce we need, which actually was a lot more relaxing than I thought it was going to be, because in my very first ever long-term Minecraft world, I actually started in a spruce forest, and I spent pretty much an entire year there straight, so it was nice to see the scenery again. Spruce has been acquired. We gotta get some prismarine and bring some milk with me, because I would much rather not have mining fatigue while I'm trying to gather up the prismarine stuff. Bonk. Bonk, food, and bonk. Collecting prismarine, do the thing. Bum. This should hopefully be enough prismarine, and also 35 sponges, so that's cool. I don't know if I've ever used a sponge before for anything in Minecraft. I know this boat that I'm gonna be building is very big, and it's gonna stick out. It's gonna stick out a lot, and it's gonna be, you're gonna see it pretty much from everywhere, and it may even overshadow the catfish little village, but that's totally fine with me, because I love the boat so much and I spent so much time on it, and I really want to see it pretty much everywhere I go, especially the big old sign that's going to be on the top. You probably guess what it's going to say. So we've got the spruce, and we've got the prismarine, and we've already got most of the glass already. I've got a lot of glass over there, which means we should be good to move on to the yellow concrete. And what else? What else do I need? It was a bunch of smooth quartz, which I didn't have any of, but I did have regular quartz, and I do have a bunch of coal. So what I think I'm gonna do is a whole bunch of fishing. So why did I for some reason was discombobulated by saying that? Let's try that again. I'm gonna do a bunch of fishing while I wait for the smooth quartz to cook up. Then after that, I think I'm gonna go and collect up some. I really should look at the material list for this. I gotta fish. While I do my fishing, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody who bought some merch from the last video. I didn't know people actually wanted it, so it was a very pleasant surprise, and I thank you so much. And I thank you so much for cooking all my blocks that I need to be cooked up. I am so sorry. We've got all the smooth quartz we need. We just need to turn this all into concrete, and we should be good to go. I only wish I could just throw it in the water, and then it would just turn into concrete. That would definitely make sense. But alas, I must do this all manually, which isn't that bad actually. You just gotta be careful about where you're mining and such. There we go. That's all our concrete done. Now all we have left to do is to go and get some frog lights. However, I went to the nether and my frog was gone. So I had to go all the way back to the swamp to get myself a new one, which I'm learning again is a lot easier said than done because I have to remove my flooring every time I deal with these frogs. I just wish I didn't love frog lights so much. They're so painful to get. Why are they so deliciously tempting? Anyway, we got a bunch of frog lights now, which will move us swiftly on to the next bit of business, which is still resource collecting, because I have a lot of resources to collect. What is next? I think I need to dry up some of these sponges, because once I start placing in the first couple blocks of this boat, they're all going to be waterlogged. So we're going to dry out a couple sponges. Then I'm pretty sure we should be good to get started doing some building stuff. I finally have a reason to use a sponge. Oh, here's my bed. I've been looking for this bed all over the place. I had to make a purple one. I don't like the purple one. These sponges, they look a lot like cheese, don't they? We finished smelting up the Parmigiano, so we just need to do something. I forgot. Ah, yes, I remembered. I need to stop procrastinating. I've been trying to put it off, but honestly, I've just got resources left to gather, so I think I'm going to do that, and then we're going to jump into getting this little building all fully finished. Oh my goodness. This has been such a long journey. Welcome to the Rainy Day. A big old houseboat that's got pretty much everything you ever would need to have inside of a house, but you're on the water and very salty. Design flaw number 1. The ladder leading up to the building and the only way to enter it that's not through an elytra. You can't get up there very easily. It's quite a challenge. I don't know why I've done this to myself. Design flaw number 2. It's a bit wobbly. It's a bit thin. Oh, I just hope it doesn't topple over. Upon entering the Rainy Day, you'll be greeted by a lovely little lounging area where I've got all my storage of a bunch of fish and food and kelp and even a sink for where I can do some dishes or some fishing. Honestly, I had no real plans going into this. This whole interior really is just, it's just me winging it and looking at my inventory and saying, I wonder what does this look like? Is this good? Yeah, this is good. Because I do love this boat so much, I have taken a lot of time to fully furnish the entire interior of this whole boat. Minus a room or two, because I did have this boat on a server for a little while, so I did get a little bit of help from EmpressLitttleBit with some interior work here. I did forget one thing though. There we go. Thank you so much everybody for the ones that helped me with a little bit of the boat. I said that wrong, but thank you anyway. Moving on with the tour, there is one more spot that came before the lounge actually, and it was the very first thing I started my work on, and it is a boiler room. Heavily inspired by Studio Ghibli, we have a tiny little boiler room where we've got a bunch of blackstone buttons, which are meant to be soot sprites, and their candles, which are the candies. And of course, a bunch of barrels for some fish storage or maybe some herbs. And if you're confused about the herb stuff, it's because we've got a bathhouse at the very top where we treat the water to our customers' liking. Moving on to the second floor, we've got just a little bit of storage because, I mean, every building I make, it needs to have at least a bit of storage. And then directly across from the storage over a little balcony, we've got my bedroom, which is just where I take my naps and stuff. And I've got a little tiny little staircase where I can fish in if I want to. Here's the balcony, by the way, that you cross to get to the bedroom. Design flaw number 3. Pretty much everything is inconvenient. It's all really hard to get to, and it's very cramped. That can double as a positive, however, because a cramped interior is a good interior. Then we have the third floor, which is just a little office space. You can get some work done, drink your coffee, figure out how you're going to be able to afford the oil and the gas for this giant boat. No clue. No clue at all. Design flaw number 4 is probably going to be really expensive to upkeep. Maybe I probably should do something to fix that. I'm not really sure what to do though. Ah, yes, that's right. The little office here is also connected to the tiny little library where we've got just all of our ledgers and our records and our little novels that we like to read. And directly next to this tiny library, we have an aquarium where we're going to be putting all of our little fish friends. This aquarium actually has a direct opening to my bedroom. That's a spruce trapdoor, and if I open it, I can just go directly into my room from there. Which does now moves on to the 4th floor, which is the brewing room. So we've got our little brewing stand here where we're going to be making all our potions. We've got all kinds of barrels on the floor for even more storage, because you can never have too much storage, especially when you have as much garbage as I do. I'm sorry, I mean treasure, yes. from fishing. While we're on the topic of fishing, I did break in the boat by doing some fishing off the top of it, and I had a great time. Oh, that's right. I don't know if I mentioned it, but pretty much every single room on this whole building is completely accessible from the outside. So none of these doors, you don't need to use any of them. You can just parkour all the way around this building. We've got all kinds of little nooks and crannies you can get into. We got ladders leading up to every which direction. I had so much fun building this, and I love it so much. I do also have a nice little secret spot leading up to the the aquarium here for if I need to put the fish and stuff in there. So that's pretty fun. I'm a happy little fish. Glub, 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 glub. One tiny nap later, we are ready to continue the tour. And right next to the brewing room, we have another tiny little relaxation space because every build needs one spot where you can be cozy. And this one has 300.
Spartans, prepare for glory. No retreat, no surrender. That is Spartan law. And by Spartan law, we will stand.
Wait a minute. This isn't the right 300. I don't have any idea what that was about, but I'm sorry. Sure was fun to do though. Anyway, I meant to say 3. This is the third little relaxation spot. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I've actually got, maybe 300 was the right number, because it seems like pretty much every spot on this whole little houseboat is meant for some relaxing, and the feather was here. Design flaw number 5. Fully committing to weird bits that don't make any sense and to hurt your voice. Moving on with the tour, we are going to the whatever floor this is. I've lost count already. This is the brewing room here, and you come out this door. We've got a little ladder going straight up into the little cooking room where you make all your food. There's not really much else to it over here. This is just where you do all your fish cooking if you'd like. You don't have to. We've got some minecart on a furnace. We've got a little tiny hallway leading out to the third relaxation point that I was at earlier with the signs and such. And so we continue our tour going upwards. We've got another little relaxation point with a cute little lamp. Thank you a little bit. Then we've got another spot where I store a lot of the books, and we've also got just a little spiral staircase going all the way up to the tippity top of the building. Oh, look at this view of the fish. I guess that's one of the perks of being super tall up into the sky right now because of this building. You get some really good views of the place. Oops, I have my ladders all messed up right here. So we do have another spot right here, which is the musical room. Oh, sorry, there we go. We've got some guitars on the wall. We've got some note blocks, and we got a bell and a piano. Very best decorations in the world. Oh, that reminds me. This is the room where I learned. I had no idea I could bone meal glow lichen, and I'm a fool. This whole time I've been collecting glow lichen just from the caves surrounding my home. Oh, and before I move on, this interior right here was done by EmpressLitttleBit, as well as this floor right here, which is the bathhouse or the mudroom, whatever you call these things. Anyway, this is where we got the bath stuff for the herbs and all the Studio Ghibli kind of stuff. Yes, our water, it's seen some things. It's ocean water. We don't have filtered. We don't believe in filtered water. We've got ocean water. Everybody needs a nice salty bath. Here is the entirety of the interior. We've got a nice fan at the top, all kinds of glowberries. We got some hanging plants, very gorgeous, very demure, and I assume scented candles. I'm sorry, I actually don't think I asked what this was. Oh, and it was the bathhouse that was at the very top of the big old spiral staircase. And since we've toured now everything except for the roof, I present to you if I could get out. I'm struggling. Goodness gracious. The foghorn and another relaxation point on top of the roof here. Very cute. We've got some lightning rods so that nothing around us gets broken from lightning and stuff while we're fishing. And we've got this cute little foghorn that makes a very weird noise. I've got it right here. Let me It's just got a little fart at the end. That is the perfect foghorn. I love it so much. And with that, we conclude our tour of the rainy day, the bestest boat in the whole wide world, up until I make another one that I probably love even more at some point, maybe in the future, probably not. Thanks for listening. I take it back. We've got one more tiny thing, and that is the breaker room, or the electrical components room. This small interior right here, I actually had somebody named WreckJaw do for me, so thank you very much, WreckJaw. And now we move on to the next part of the video, which has to do with my merch that I sold somewhat recently, because I said I hear a drown somewhere. I said that for anybody who purchases a piece of merch on the website, they get to leave me some details about a building they would like to put into my little survival world. Sorry, this drowned is really distracting me right now. And I have been lucky enough to receive a comment from Lazary, who got some stuff. Thank you so very much, Lazary, for your support. It really does mean a lot to me, especially the rat beast stuff. This merch it's not just merch. I don't know, it's very special to me, and I appreciate you so very much. We do also have a couple other purchases as well. We've got some from Dustman Diagnostics, of course, and we've got one from Followfoot. You all are you're so lovely, and if either of you would like to leave a note, you can do it in the comments or anything, maybe a potential build, and I will get to it ASAP. However, Lazary did leave me a comment, and they said they wanted a small hut on the beach plus an orange beach umbrella. So I did that. I just did that just now, and I just now finished getting everything put down. So I wanted to really quickly go over here and give you a look-see for your building. I did really like your beach hut idea and the umbrella stuff, so I decided to go very tropical for your hut. So without further ado, here is the Lazary tropical beach hut and their beautiful little umbrella that I've never built before. So this is the umbrella, and this is the little beach hut. Let me just do a quick little... Oh no! Oh, I left my scaffolding. There we go. Much better. So this is your beautiful tropical little tiny beach hut that you said you wanted, plus your orange umbrella. I had no idea how to make beach umbrellas, so I just threw some slabs down on top of a fence, and I hope it works, and I'm sorry, and I thank you so much, and I really love this building. It's the Lazary beach hut. And with that, I do believe I've done all the building I can for one video. I finally get to go do my fishing and stuff, since I'm all done building up all the crazy big old things and the tropical what's-its and who's-its. I really need to go fishing. And I reckon a perfect spot for it is going to be right over there on top of my brand new boat. I almost forgot Rat Beast. I'm so sorry. We've got our cat. We've got our fishing rod. Without further ado, let's get into our fishing. Woo! There we have it. All kinds of fishing done. This has been a really productive day, and I very much look forward to doing some more building stuff in the future, because I feel like something inside my brain switched today, and all of a sudden, all I want to do is do just all kinds of build stuff. Now, I already did do that all the time, but now I feel very, I want to say passionate about it? I'm not really sure, but I really want to do some building, and also some lore stuff. Unfortunately though, I have taken already this whole week to design and build this whole big old fishy boat in the background. It's just there sticking over the top of my head, and this little beach hut. So I have unfortunately run out of time for the rest of the video. I tried my very best to make it as long as I could this week. I'm sorry, but goodness gracious, it's so hard to multitask and try to get these videos out all on time and stuff, but that really doesn't matter. I don't really mind how long the videos are. I really enjoy making them. And I thank you all so very much for watching this episode of Fishcraft, and I appreciate every single one of you. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye! Goat horn. Foghorn.